So it's bold. All right, awesome. So we're good to go. Now, like I said, we're here to talk about how I turned a 150K Eat Press into a 7-figure custom product business and how you can do the same. It's not showing. Someone says it's not showing. Obina says yes, bold enough. But the Temitope says it's not showing. All right. My, my face is not showing, but can you see the screen? That's what matters, really. Can you see my screen? Because that's the most important thing. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen. Can you also see my face now? Can you see my face now? So you can see the screen and you can see my face. So I'm saying yes, but is it yes to both? Because if you can see both, then the better for me. Okay, yes and yes. I like that. Yes and yes. Okay. All right. So since you can see my screen, and let me then just open my PowerPoint from here so that it is better for us, because we really have to get started. All right. So I think I've let everybody in, and I will just then go to my screen. All right. So like I said, how I turned a 150 Eat Press into a 7-figure. Let me know if you can still see both, because I have minimized the screen on my own end. So if you can still see both, then I am happy from my end as well. So what I'm here to talk to you about today is how you can do the same without opening a physical shop. A lot of people sometimes feel, oh, for you to be able to do this, you have to have a physical shop, right? So I want to show you how you can do the same without opening a physical store and without wasting years figuring it out, like I wasted a lot of years trying to figure it out. I can't see your face. Don't worry about my face. Focus on the screen, okay? If you can't see my face, because I don't know why both is not showing, but as soon as I'm done, I will come back for you to be able to see my face. Don't worry about that, all right? Let's just make sure that you can see the PowerPoint. That is more important. That is more important, okay? So without being a graphic design expert, how can you make this money? How can you build your business? Now, I asked earlier if you know about me, and some of you said yes, and some of you said no. So I'm just going to real quick tell you a little bit about me and what I do. And now I've been able to train over 30,000 students, both physical, online, both paid and free. And we keep expanding. Unfortunately, our page was brought down recently, and we just had to open a new page. We had over 50,000 followers on that page, but unfortunately, it was brought down. So in case you're looking at me and you're like, you have trained like over 30,000 students, but you only have 1,000 or 2,000 followers on Instagram. If you look at our Facebook, you'll see that we have hundreds of thousands of people there. So my name is Kiki Okiwale. I am the founder of Blings and Planks. If you're just joining us, we've done introduction. Please tell us your name and where you're joining us from, just in case you are just joining us. Please let me know where you are joining us from, okay? Let me know where you're joining us from. That is very, very important for us to know where you're joining us from. All right, so I am the founder of Blinks and Planks Academy, where creativity meets opportunity.
I actually just joined.
All right, so can you mute yourself, please? Mute
Yeah,
yourself. We're just getting started. Thank you very
but I
much.
think you said I have to introduce myself. Sorry.
All right, in the comment section, in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so if you're just joining us, introduce yourself in the chat box so that Obina from Enugu, thank you so much for joining. All right, so Like I said, I'm the founder of Blinks and Blanks Academy. This is where creativity meets opportunity. Over the years, through the Blinks and Blanks Academy, I've had the privilege of training, yes, the number has increased. Over 40,000 students in rhinestone embellishment, creative printing, and a lot more. And along the line, I introduced sublimation to many, many, many people. Sublimation is one of my most interesting, I must tell you, sublimation is extremely, extremely, extremely amazing. And I see a couple of my students here actually that have taken my rhinestone class. I see you. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Folashade at Doofy Blinks. Thank you for being here. If you are my student from any of my classes, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for consistently, rooting for me. I do not take your love and your support for granted. I do not take it for granted at all. You guys are the real MVP. Yes, I am Doofy Blinks from Ikorodu. Thank you for joining. Um, I'm Worry. I am from Worry Ronke. Thank you for joining. The Box Lady from Lagos. Thank you for joining. Dr. Folashade Ayinde from Ogun State. Thank you for joining. Eze says, I was your rhinestone student. Thank you for joining. Yes, I see you all and I appreciate you. All right. So, like I said, along the way, I introduced sublimation to many of them in small but powerful ways. And I saw firsthand how it unlocked new doors of creativity and income. That's why I created this course. This course has been long overdue, I must tell you. Like all my student coach, when is sublimation class? When is it starting? But I haven't had time. It took a lot for me to be able to put the sublimation class together. And, that was based on popular demand, right? So today, I'll show you what is possible with sublimation. Like I said in the video that I used to invite you here, this is not a class to show you how to do it. It is just a class to talk to you about sublimation and the possibilities of sublimation. Now, if you're interested in taking the sublimation class, we then take it a step further. But what I want to talk to you about today is, yes, as I say, I've been waiting for this class. Absolutely. A lot of my students have been waiting for the class, and they are the reason I honestly put this together because I haven't had the time, but I had to create the time to make sure that I put the class together. So today I'll show you what's possible with sublimation. It isn't for those looking for shortcuts or quick fixes. I'm not going to lie to you. Rhinestone class, yes, you can start with what you have, even with your iron. But if you are interested in taking it a step further, this is not a class that I would say, oh, you would start with what you have, because there are things that you need to start. We cannot cut corner. Um, and I'll be sharing with you the video when it's time for you to see. What we did is a walkthrough of our factory and what you need to start the sublimation class. So this is not a class where I will tell you, oh, you don't need to buy anything to start. I will be lying to you. And that's why we are not just jumping into the class. We're doing this introductory video. And that's why we said, pay whatever you can, just so that you can come in. The reason we did that is we want to make sure that people who are willing to understand what sublimation is all about are the ones that are going to be here, right? So it's very, very important that you understand exactly what you are going into. Sublimation gives you a lot of money, but it's very, very important that you are able to understand it. So we're going to talk to you today about it, how you're able to position yourself to invest in it, in building a business that lasts. And I want to walk you through how I grew a sublimation business from my very first Eat Press to 7 figures on a monthly basis. In fact, on a weekly basis. And I'll break it down in ways that makes it simple, that makes it practical for you to understand. If I can do it, you can do it. It is not something difficult. It is something easy that you need to what? put your ad to. So I'll break it down in a way that makes it simple, practical, and real. So you can see what is possible for yourself without wasting years trying to figure everything out on your own, without the pressure of renting a shop, and without being at the mercy of unstable clients. That is what we're here to talk about today. Now, don't forget, I'll be sharing a powerful resource pack with you. You also get to access my private mastermind community, a space where serious creatives connect, learn, and grow together. This will be available exclusively for those who choose to take the next step with me during this live session. But you only get it if you stay till the end. I'm also going to be giving you some discount if you're interested in taking the sublimation class. The sublimation class is a deep class. It is for people who are truly ready not to even focus on hundreds, but focus on millions of naira. People who have paid hundreds of thousands for the kind of training I'm sharing with you today. But the truth is, I am deeply passionate about this work, and I believe that it's above money. And I want to show you how you can also make money. And that's why in my classes, I always tell you that there is nothing you cannot achieve. No woman should be at the mercy of urgent 10K, urgent 50K. You should be able to use your hand to create your own wealth. Type it in the comment section. I will create my own wealth. I will create my own wealth. You should be able to use your hand to create your own wealth. The truth is, I am passionate about building women, building men, but especially building women. And which is why I choose to show up here today, pour into you because you have showed up for yourself. Now, when you show up for yourself, I show up for you. My students who are willing to do the work, they see the results. I have students who have built their own brand, who are even training other students in Nigeria, in the UK, in the US, in Canada. I have students all over the world and they make me so proud and they do the work. So if you're willing to do the work, you will do what? You will get the results. Yes, I will create my own wealth. Absolutely. You will create your wealth. As I've created my wealth on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, so will you create your wealth as well. There was a time when even though clients loved my designs, payments never came on time. And on top of that, inflation kept swallowing my profits. And honestly, I began to wonder, can this business really survive in Nigeria? And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, can this business survive in Nigeria? But I can tell you for free that this business will and survived in Nigeria. So let me be honest with you. Years ago, I had nothing to my name but three clothes. Yes. If you have followed my story and my journey, you will know that there was a time that I only had three clothes to my name. No one believed in me, but I believed in myself. I made a decision that I was going to succeed. I started with what I had. When I started my store, I bought each press of 40,000 naira. That was long time ago. I can't wait to make money through this. Definitely, you will make money through this. No one believed in me. I believed in myself, bought the each press, started in my small space, through persistence and the right strategy, I built something that now impacts hundreds of people and produces consistent seven-figure monthly. In fact, I was able to start my fabric printing business with the money that I was able to make from blings and sublimation. And setting up a fabric printing business is no joke. This is millions, millions, millions of naira to set up. So if I can do it, I mean, why not? And that's why this training is so personal to me. Because if I could do it, I believe strongly that you can do the same as well. The turning point came when I discovered sublimation printing, not just as a side hustle, but as a scalable system that could produce mugs, tote bags, scarves, hoodies, photo plugs, unique t-shirts, all with crazy profit margin. I can tell you this, that the profit margin is crazy. Yes, with a single Eat press, I made more in 3 months than I made in the last year of traditional fashion designing. In fact, when it got to a point, I stopped my bespoke and stopped my sewing and focused on sublimation and everything that I do. That was the moment I realized it was about learning how to sell what people always want to buy. And once I cracked that code, everything changed. And everything is going to change for you as well. Now, for people that are just joining, you might be asking, why should I trust this person? I don't know her. I don't know what she has done before. I've done a lot before, but I'm not here to blow my trumpet, really. You can research me. Kiki Okewale, I've featured in top newspapers in Nigeria and across the globe. I've been invited to speak at International Women Leadership Conference in Dubai to talk to women about building up themselves. I've built Hope Fashion Group with over 10 years of real lasting impact. Established the BK3 Garment Factory production factory, where we've employed over 50 Nigerians. Over 50 Nigerians. Pioneered fabric printing, opening up a whole new arm of creative enterprise and opportunities in sublimation. Absolutely. This is what we have done. There's a lot that I've done, a whole lot, a whole lot that I have done. I don't know if you can still hear me and see me. Let me see. All right.
We can hear you.
Okay, so you can hear me. Thank you very much. Thank you for saying that. I was panicking for some minutes because the light suddenly went off. All right, so I pioneered fabric printing, which is like the first fabric printing company in Nigeria. And I'm not talking about those ones that have come many years ago that were printing on sublimation. We're doing printing on everything, opening up a whole new arm of creative enterprise and opportunity in sublimation. Alongside the way, I've had the privilege of empowering over 100 men, women, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, to build income and freedom through creative work. Let me brighten my screen. Yes, through creative work. So there's a lot that you would be able to do. There's a lot that you would be able to achieve. All right. There's a lot that you'll be able to achieve. I've had the privilege of working with top brands like Maltina, Felici, Farashogun, Lima, PX Fox. These are big brands. Along the way, I've also been trusted by leading figures and celebrities. If you look at our page, just such as Messi Aigbe, Iyabo Ojo, Tony Abraham, Mercy Johnson, we've worked with all kind of fashion brands. Um, we've worked with politicians. We've worked with the high network individuals in Nigeria and in diaspora. So that works. I built something that now impacts hundreds of people and produces consistent seven-figure. So this is just to let you know that you should listen to me. You should listen to me. And let me be honest with you. Years ago, I had nothing to my name. I've told you this before. And I've been able to build this. I don't want to like overflog it. I've coached many students who are now thriving in their businesses after applying what they've learned from me. So I'm not here to talk about myself or even about my student. I'm here because I want to open your eyes to a booming industry that suddenly is generating billions of dollars worldwide. Yes, you heard me. The truth is, you can claim your own share of this printing industry. Why? Because it is still a market that is not saturated. But most especially, why do you need to listen to me? Every day, the government makes promises, yet inflation keeps climbing. The naira loses value, salaries don't increase, and most businesses are what? They are suffocating. But this one industry keeps quietly booming while others collapse. So sit tight because I promise you that it will be worth your attention. Now, I asked earlier in the group if how much monthly will make sense for you. So if you're just joining us and you're yet to say that, type it in the comment section. How much would you like to make on a monthly basis that will make it make sense for you? The booming industry is the sublimation printing industry. And there's a lot that you can see, that you can do. How many of you have seen all these kind of things that is showing on the screen, where you see sublimated mugs, sublimated bottles, sublimated t-shirts, sublimated throw pillows, photo frames, sublimated grad stove? What and what have you seen? Type it in the comment section what you have seen that they have made with sublimation. You see phone cases, you see pop sockets, I mean doormats. There is nothing. All right, so Eze says 2 million monthly. I can assure you that this is very, very realistic. This is very, very achievable. If you are willing to put in the work, you have to be willing to put in the work. And it is more than achievable for you to get. So you can see, so what have you seen? All right, Odishola says t-shirts, mugs, tote bags, absolutely. So what is sublimation for the purpose and the benefit of people who have never heard about sublimation before? Because for you to know what to do, you need to even know what sublimation is. I've seen throw pillows, mugs, t-shirts, pen, cups, yes. I've seen all this, and that's why I'm here. Awesome. For the benefit of those who don't even know what sublimation is, I'll talk us through it real quick and very fast. Sublimation process is a digital process that uses heat to transfer special dye-based ink from sublimation paper directly into polyester-based material. So basically, it's a process where you print on paper, you then use the heat press. Let me not confuse you with all this grammar. It's a process where you have a design, you transfer it onto a paper, print that paper out from your sublimation printer. When you print it out, you then use your heat press, put that paper on top of it, and then press it down. And then it transfers onto the surface. Now, the beautiful thing with sublimation is you cannot do sublimation on all materials. It has to be polyester or poly-based materials or coated surfaces. Those are the things you can use sublimation, you can do sublimation on. But the beautiful thing is almost every item has this kind of materials that you can do them on. Sublimation printing is like magic. It's like magic coloring. So I want you to picture this. You've got a plain white t-shirt or a mug. This outfit I'm wearing was a plain white t-shirt, right? This is also a mug that is for sublimation, but you can see it is plain. I haven't done sublimation on it because I wanted to show you. So imagine that you've got a plain white t-shirt or a mug. If you use crayons or paint, it might wash off or peel after a while, right? Yes, note, only on poly-based material or coated material. That's what you can do sublimation on. Thank you so much, Zaomi. I don't have your name. I just have it as Zaomi. So just focus on the screen, please. Focus on the screen. That is what is important. So, like I said, if it's a t-shirt, you can put a crayon on it, but if it's wash off. But with sublimation, the color actually becomes a part of the material itself. It doesn't just sit on top, it sinks into it. So your cartoon picture, your name, your photo, or even your favorite superhero, doesn't just sit on the t-shirt, mug, or bag. It's okay if you can't see my face. Please focus on the screen. I will come and show you my face after. Those that came early were able to see my face, so you came late. All right, so I want you to focus on the screen, and then I'll be back to show you. I also have a video I'll be playing for you to see the material, so don't worry, okay? So, but the most important thing is that your item, whether it's an image, a face, a character, a name, you can always use it for sublimation. And this is a sample. So can you see what is on the screen? You can see this was a plain mug before it was transformed. It is so beautiful. Isn't this beautiful? Can you see the mug? Do you like the mug? Do you like the bottle? Are you interested in turning plain materials into something absolutely beautiful that people will pay for souvenirs, for gifts? You can't see the screen. All right. So yes, it's really beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Folashade. Thank you, Infinix. Infinix says beautiful. Infinix says yes. All right. So you can see the screen. Isn't this beautiful? Wouldn't you love to create such a beautiful item? I mean, there are so many. And the beautiful thing about my courses is that I don't just teach you the practical side, right? I also teach you how you can turn this into how you can market it. For example, I can't wait to start creating. Awesome. How you can market it. For example, you can market for, tell me all the activities of the year. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Mother's Day. Tell me all the other activities. I don't want to mention it. I want to know how ready you are to make money. Think about the kind of activities that happen that you can create such an amazing item for. Independence Day. Thank you, Dr. Folashade. Absolutely correct. Independence Day. Independence Day. Who else? Who else? Father's Day, Christmas. You guys are so on point. You guys are so on point. Christmas is coming. Yay! You guys are definitely taking this class at the right time because you know we make millions in multiple figures for end of year because we're making tote bag, we're making throw pillows for gifts, we're making mugs, what do we not make? Nothing. There is nothing that we do not make. Absolutely nothing. So Christmas, Father's Day, Easter, thank you, Vogue, um, Valentine's, birthdays, anniversaries. Oh, the list is endless. Children's Day, there's Children's Day. The list is endless of the things that you can actually create. I mean, look at this towel. Look at these bottles. Are they not just calling your name? Hey, they are a political campaign. That one is sweet money. And a political campaign is here. Political campaign is here. So that is like burial souvenirs, wedding souvenirs, party souvenirs. So there is no time during the year that you cannot make money. No time that you cannot make money. I mean, look at these socks. Can you see the socks on the screen? This one here, the first one is a photo frame. People love these things. Look at this other one. This other one is socks. This other one is t-shirt. This other one is t-shirt. Amazing, right? Absolutely stunning. Look at the socks. Look at the t-shirt on the screen. Can you see the t-shirt? Can you see my students creating magic? Can you see my students creating magic? That is absolutely. So which of these excites you? Which of these do you think you would even want to start with? Like in our sublimation class, everything is there. Everything. There's nothing you will not be able to sublimate. In fact, you can sublimate a human being if they are fully coated. So which one of these interests you? Oh no. Infinix says, oh no. Yes, I agree with you. You should be able to do all as well. So you can see the t-shirts, people will give you their pictures. You'll be able to use it. It is such a beautiful process. And that's not all. I'm about to also review next. It might shake you, but let me tell you, I've got proof that will actually shock you. Did you know that less than 10% of Nigerian printers are doing sublimation right now? That means that what? Hey, there's a lot of money to be made. Yet this small group controls a market worth billions annually, simply because they know the secret of turning mugs, t-shirts, scarves, tote bags into money printing machine. In the sublimation class, there is no table we did not turn. We did on scarf, we did on phone cases. What did we not do on? Child, what did we not do on in this class? Tote bags. It is time for you to turn it into your own money-making machine. Techno says t-shirt and stone mug. Yes. So did you know that the sublimation printing industry was worth over 15 billion just last year. An expert says it's on track to cross over 25 billion by 2030. Tell me in the comment section, by this time next year, which is going to be a year, how much of this money would have entered your account? Oh, yeah, open your mind. Open your mind. That is not small money. Like, let's even say, okay, let's not even say 1 year. From now to January, let's say you take this class now, and by January, how much do we want to have made? Remember, December is the time to make a lot of money. So how much do you want to have made by January to say, Coach Kiki, God will bless you. God will bless you. And you just say, Coach Kiki, send me your account number. Send me your account number. How much do you want to have made? All right, 10 million, 30 million, 10 million. I like it. I like it. I like it. I know some of you, 60 million. 30 million. I know some of you already have your contacts already. 5 million, over 40 million. Like I said, there's no figure you call that you cannot achieve if you are willing to put in the work and let the world know what you carry and what you can do. All right. So even more shocking is that nearly 80% of all sublimation profits come from apparel alone. Imagine, apparel alone brings over 80%. Think about it. Everyday items like t-shirts, hoodies, caps, tote bags, the same things you and I wear and carry every single day. So while people are complaining about inflation, there are entrepreneurs turning 800 naira plain mugs into 5,000 naira corporate gifts. And some are paying rent from one sublimation order. You will not be different. You will not be different. You will buy house from this business. You will buy car. You will send your children abroad. You will be able to pay your rent. You'll be able to do everything you want to do because this business has done all of that and more for me. So your own will not be different by the special grace of God. As you learn this skill and you put in the effort, and the Lord will now crown your effort with great success, you begin to turn in millions of naira. You begin to turn this money around. You begin to invest it, and it will make more money even for you by God's grace. So while your colleagues are stuck calculating how to stretch 300,000 salary to month end, you are cashing out 2 million. 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever your figure is in corporate orders. Last year, December, we had an insurance company that wanted to gift their client. They made over 100 throw pillows. They made mugs. They made like 4 items, t-shirt, and something else I'm trying to remember. Picture frame. Imagine the amount of money that is just for one company. We have individuals creating family t-shirts that they want to use for photo shoot. We have companies that are doing end of the year events that are ordering for things. This is just the best time for you to learn. What that will change is it will change your story. Honestly, it will change your story. The same strategies I've used is what I'm going to show you in the class for those of you that are going to be taking on the class. So if you lay your hands on the mastery course today, you can join the 10% of people that are earning a lot of money in this industry. So how do you do this step by step with support without stress? That's what we want to talk about. I'm sure a lot of you are like, Coach Kiki, just tell us the amount. It is very important that you understand what you're going to be learning in the course. Because for me, it's more than the money. If you have ever taken my course, you will know that there is no course that you take that is not valued for money. Also, sublimation, like I said, is not a cheap course. It is not a cheap investment. You need to have a laptop. You need to have a small printer. You don't need to have the big printer that I started with a small printer, which I'm going to be showing you, which is just like your normal printer that we will be converting into a sublimation printer. So you don't have to buy printers of millions. You can just buy the small printer of 250 or thereabouts, but you have to start with these things. So it's not a course for, I am just looking to start a course with what I have. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's why we're not just jumping into buy a course. We are bringing you here to explain to you. So you don't waste your money buying a course and you're not like, I cannot buy a laptop or I don't have a system. I cannot buy a printer. This is not for those people who are not willing, because these are for people that want to make billions, millions. You have to be willing to invest in this. So what exactly will you be learning in this course? This is the small printer I was talking to you about. With this small printer, you can start your business and you can make a lot of money. This small printer can do mugs, bottles, tote bags, almost everything, you know. And I'm also going to be showing you, even with a small heat press, and how you can do an all over. All right, so somebody says I have this already. I hope you have it for sublimation, because from the beginning when you buy it, you have to make sure the ink that you have in it is sublimation ink. You cannot use the regular ink that comes with it. You cannot use the regular ink. The regular ink that comes with it is for printing on paper. You have to buy a sublimation ink. So if you are buying this printer, please make sure you take the course first before you pour in your ink, because you have to be buying a different kind of ink. All right. In this module, we would introduce you to many different things you might not know, which includes how to set up your printer, how to download your Adobe Photoshop. Like I said, this course is one that you have to be smart. You have to, yes, it's sublimation ink, but I have not started using it. Yay! Yes, you then buy sublimation ink to your regular printer. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we need to understand, how many of you know how to design on Adobe Photoshop, Corel Draw, or Canva? Tell me which one of these you know how to design on. If you don't know how to design on it, don't worry. We're going to be showing you that in the class. That's why I said my class, even if you pay 10 million for me, trust me, it is not enough for what I'm going to be teaching you. It is not enough. Because for me, in my class, I want to make sure that you can stand alone. I want to make sure that anything you are able to do it. So in this class, we're going to be showing you how you can design on Corel Draw, how you can design on Xiaomi says I can design on Adobe Canvas and Corel Draw. Awesome. Awesome. But we're going to be showing you how you can design on Adobe, Corel Draw, and Canva. I take the Canva. Another of my coach, my partner takes the Adobe and Corel Draw. I'm a Canva guru, but I do Adobe and Corel Draw as well, but I don't teach it. But we're going to be teaching you all of these three. Even if you know one, is okay. You can always use the one that you know, but we're going to be teaching you the three. Another thing is that you can always work with experts. For example, Xiaomi, what's your name, please? Because it looks like you might be the go-to for some of our students, because we have some students that'll be like, Coach, I don't have the time to be designing. I just want somebody that can design for me and I'll pay for that design to be done. But I always say that there is nothing like knowing how to design as a creative. I cannot imagine myself not being able to design and relying on other people, because I'm a creative. As a creative, you have to be able to create. You don't just carry that name creative. You have to be able to create. Even the student that takes the Blink class, I teach them how to use Canva, and they can all design. So especially when you want to do sublimation, you have to be able to create. You have to be able to design. When your client comes and says, "Oh, I want to write my name on a t-shirt," you have to be able to design, show them, get their approval before you now go ahead to design. This person that says I can use Adobe Canvas and Corel Draw. Can you tell us your name, please? Can you drop your name? My name is Funke. I've gone through your online classes. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome. So you can see Funke is one of my students. I like it when I see my return student. It just means I'm doing something right. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So that is module one. Then we're going to also, there's a lot. We have more than 18 modules. So there's a lot that we're going to be showing you how to create this mug in your own design. You can see, child. You'll be able to, we'll show you how you can design this mug using Corel Draw, using Canva, using Adobe, how to apply it on, turning it into sublimation. I was going to ask if you train on everything, sublimation, design, printing, pressing, selling awesome. Of course. Olushola, of course, it's a 360. If you take our sublimation class, unlike when I took my sublimation class in the US, it cost me $1,000. And guess what? That $1,000 was just for one small arm of learning CorelDRAW, all of these things. I had to pay another. In fact, it took me about $5,000 to learn everything because they break it down how to design, and then another course how to print, another course how to press, then another course on how you can now market, sell, do the. But in my class, it's a total 360. We then have a WhatsApp group where if there's any question, if there's anything, we can just talk about it, right? So it is so important. Like when you take my class, I can tell you for free that you will come back to say, Coach, thank you. Because for me, it's more than the money. We are building generational wealth. Why should people outside Nigeria be taking all the money? Why should Oyibo people, why should Chinese people be taking all the money? We deserve the money, and that's what we're here to create. So that is Mog. This is Pop Socket. For those of you that don't know Pop Socket, you can drop your questions. You can drop your questions if you have any question. This is Pop Socket. You're going to learn how you can create Pop Socket. Look at Throw Pillow. Look at Throw Pillow. You're going to learn how to do Throw Pillow. There are Throw Pillows that are all over. There are some Throw Pillows that are in boxes. It's in your class. Look at T-shirt. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? This is absolutely amazing, right? So this is T-shirt. You're also going to learn how you can do all over. Now, do you see that this one now, the design here, it's all over the T-shirt. So you will learn how you can do hoodies, how you can do T-shirts, how you can do bottles, how you can do baby onesies for newborns. Imagine where you can create a collection for pregnant women. You know how pregnant women like to spend money, especially first-time moms. They like to spend money. Look at doormat. Look at doormat. You'd be able to create doormats as well. I have this doormat in my house. You'll be able to create phone cases. Isn't this interesting? I'm sure a lot of you have seen all these things and you wonder, how do they do it? You will be able to do it and other people will wonder as well. And another stream of income is when you know this and you're a guru, you're able to teach other people as well. You know, a lot of these even printers that do this thing, they don't want to teach you. They don't want you to know it because if you know it, how will you bring jobs to them? How will you bring jobs to them? So by the time you know this, another stream of income, you can teach them. Look at puzzles where you can create for gift item. Look at scarves. Tell me which one of these ones are really interesting you. School bags. School bags. Isn't this beautiful? Socks. Wall clock. So there's a lot more. But tell me. So here's what that means for you. You start with the introduction module. If one does not have a printer, can the design be printed for one to apply on the material like DTF? It can. But again, the thing with DTF, sublimation, is that remember, it is printed on paper. If during transportation, it is rumpled or water pours on it, then it becomes damaged. So you have to be extremely careful when you are doing sublimation. Even in your house, you print it out like this, you put it down. Because the thing with sublimation is, even if you speak and it touches that paper, you will see that dot on the paper. And when you transfer it onto your substrate, it will show. So sublimation is a very delicate process. Sublimation is a very delicate process. It's a very delicate process. So you have to make sure that you are very careful. So we have some people, like a lot of our students that maybe they've not taken the class, they have a lot of orders for sublimation. They send us the picture, we print it, we transfer it onto the clothing for them, and then they sell. So that's another option. You can always get the job. When you get the job, you know, you can work with our company. You can work with our company to say, okay, can you help me make it? And once we make it, we then send it to you. But I mean, what's the point of learning if you would not be doing it? I would encourage to buy the printer. If you're already like Dr. Funke, Dr. Folashade, you already have the Eat Press. Buy the printer. The printer will cost, I don't know how much it is now, but it will cost you less than 350K. It is worth it for you to be able to, and then people even, if somebody is in your area that is doing it as well, you know, you can always do it and collect it yourself. It's not that you can't print it from other printers, but you just have to be careful so that it's not damaged. That's all. So here's what it means. From the first module, then move into full journey where I'll walk you through how to design, apply the sublimation across every single module. And then from module 2 all the way to module 16, step by step, no guesswork. Okay, so Mobolaji said, I have a brand new Eat Press. Now, I'm even talking about our Eat Press. I think our Eat Press, we sell Eat Press. If you also want to get this, we can help you search for it. We don't have the printer, but we can help you search for it. But we have Eat Press. We sell Eat Press in our store as well, in our factory. If you're just joining, please kindly mute yourself. You can introduce yourself in the chat box in the comment section. Please mute yourself. Thank you. All right, so from module 2 all the way to module 16, no guesswork, no confusion, step by step, holding your hand, you will understand every single thing. Right now, I want you to be my judge and be honest with yourself. Looking at everything you'll be learning in this course, how much do you think it will cost to gain access to this level of mastery? I'm sure you're like, Coach Kiki, Coach Kiki. But honestly, I mean, this is a course that will change the trajectory of your life. And even though when my team put together all of this and put a figure, even me, I was like, Abba, calm down, calm down, calm down. I'm not doing this solely for the money. It's so that a lot of people can also have access to this class. Now, this is not a class for everyone, and that's the truth. And because if you can't really even buy the material, I would invest in getting your material. It is very important. Will the recording be shared? I don't know. The tech team are here. The tech team are here, so I would see if they would share the recording. I mean, we've had over 31 people join, so I don't think there's problem with the link. It might be the network. But yeah, I think they should give you a replay. All right, so Mobility says, sow into our lives. Definitely, the cost is sowing into your lives, because if you have taken my class before, you know that we work with external team. So we work with external team, and obviously they need to be paid, because I'm not going to be the one uploading the course on the web. You know, the way we do our classes, it's like it's a university. It's a university where you get your login, you have access, you have control. You watch it your own time. You have access to the class for 1 year. You watch it your own time. You can always go back. So it's a practical online class. It's a practical online class. Everything is on your dashboard. You go there, you watch, you do your assignments. We want you to practicalize it as well. And every once in a while, I can say, you know what, let's have a webinar on a weekly basis. Let's meet, let's see what is going on. How have you been able, you have any question? So you have a 1 year access. You don't have a lifetime access. Why? Because this, once you know this thing, trust me, you won't even go back to it. A lot of my students don't even go back to it. So when my people put the class together, trust me, they put 3 million for the class. I ran. I told them, I said, no, I'm not even going to be charging up to 500K for this class. Why? I want more people to be able to have access to the class. I understand that the economy is not smiling. So, let me go straight to it, because I want to create a movement of Nigerian entrepreneurs who are recession proof. What does this mean? No matter the inflation in the economy. Yesterday, I went into a store. I just bought toothpaste, toothbrush, toilet roll, and what else? And they gave me bill of 72,000. I'm like, what did I buy? What did I buy? So I want to create entrepreneurs who are recession proof, people who can say goodbye to inflation, unstable naira, unreliable government, and their promises, because they have a business model that works in any economy. That's why instead of charging 2 million or even 1 million, I've decided to make the class accessible to as many people. Now, you can see that you're going to be learning a lot. And my class is not just about practical. We also talk to you about the business side, social media, content calendar, how to build your page and everything, how to market. And that's exactly why we've created this. Now, the course originally is 450,000. But for people in the webinar here, we will be doing the class for just 350,000. Yes. So like I said, the cost is 450. But if you are here today and you are interested in the class, it's going to be 350,000. Now, some of you would be like, oh, I cannot afford the 350 immediately. You can secure your spot. Like I said, the class is not for everyone. And the truth of the matter is the 350,000 is less than the $1,000. The $1,000 I paid for just one fraction of the class. Imagine me spending almost $5,000 on a class to have the total thing. And I'm charging you 350. This includes all the things you would learn, how to create. Even in Nigeria, some people that teach you how to use Canva, Photoshop, and all of these things charge you over 200,000 without what to use it for. So the class is not for everyone, unfortunately. It's for people who are willing to take their financial income a step further. So the cost is 450. If you are on this webinar and you are willing to invest, even if you secure your spot with as low as 50,000 and you make the balance before the class starts, then you can secure your 350 spot. After 48 hours, you can no longer pay 350. You would be paying the original price of 450. The class is starting in October, so you have 2-3 weeks to make your balance. I think the class, and that's why we're here early. I think we can even, I don't know, I can tell them to make the class, give you about a 1 month to plan ahead to secure your money. And that is if you are interested in, making this kind of investment in making your own money. Because I've seen a lot of you put, you want to make 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. You have to be willing to invest. In fact, I'm going to show you a video of the things you need for you to be able to start. I'm not one of those coaches that will pull you in first, collect your money, and then when you are in, you're not start saying buy this, buy that. No, because it's not this money that will change everything for me. It is changing for you. It is for you to be able to learn how to do these things and make money. I can assure you that at the end of your class, you will come back to Coach Kiki and say, Coach Kiki, you've done well. Oh, yeah, send your account for lunch. That is how sure of the course I am. At the end of the course, you also receive a professional certification. We'll have a virtual graduation. This certificate isn't just paper. It is proof that it positions you as a trained authority in the sublimation process. Now, the reason that this course is this amount is because this is the maiden launch. truthfully, the second launch we're going to be doing, the price is going to remain at 500K because that is the price that I've pegged it at. But because it's our maiden class, meaning is the first class. Mobology says 350 aside the hardware and other stuff. I mean, if printer is 350, I'm sure you understand that you cannot be getting a printer with the 350 of paying for your class. So automatically you have to get your products yourself. Product doesn't come with class. We don't do internship. But if you are done with the class, you can visit the factory and have like maybe a 1 or 2 weeks class, maybe an internship. We can work that out. But we don't do many people at the same time because of space, right? Will there be opportunity for this course after now? Yeah, we will definitely launch it another time, maybe next year, maybe middle of next year. I'm not sure. I'll discuss with the team. We will definitely launch it again. It's not going to be a one-off. We'll definitely launch it. When is what I don't know because we launch our Blink classes as well. So we have to figure it out as to when it will be. But definitely, it's not going to be a one-off. And for Priscilla, yes, you can come for a 1 week or 2 week internship just to see real time how it is being done after you're done with your class. Yes. What else? What else? Like I said, to make make this easier for you to join, you can make an immediate. Remember, only make this immediate money to secure your spot when you are sure you are able to balance. Why? It is non-refundable. If you are not able to balance, you will need to use the money to buy a product. It's not that, I'm not able to balance with funds. No, like I said, I'm working with external team. More than 2 other companies are working with us. So once your money comes in, they have counted it as a student. You cannot get a refund. So the class will be starting in October. The details will be given to those that join. But like I said, it's an online class. So don't worry. You don't have to panic. You get to watch it your own time as well. You get to watch it your own time. Does this class include Blinkstone? This is a sublimation class. What we have now done is, if you take the sublimation class, you don't want to take the Blink class, you can just do the class of rhinestone on the substrate. So we have a full rhinestone class, right? It is not inclusive because our rhinestone class is 150,000. In fact, from the next class, it is 200,000. That is a different class. That is a class that has over 35 modules. It's a separate class. But what we've now done is, if you take your sublimation class and you don't want to take the rhinestone class, you can just buy the one that shows you how to put rhinestone. I think that's about 15K or 20K, where you will just buy that one separate, where you can learn how to put your rhinestone on it, because rhinestone is a total thing from sublimation. Most printers don't even do rhinestone. Most printers don't do rhinestone. Okay, so you can take the full rhinestone class when you're done, or just take fragments of what is important to you in the rhinestone class. Like I said, some people are just joining when we are about to round up. My people, my people. My people, my people. All right, so please let me reiterate this. Only pay this 50,000 now between the next 48 hours if you are sure you are able to pay the balance. If you are not, like I said, the class is not, we don't mandate the course. That's why this particular webinar is a pay what you can, so that you know that it's not about the money. It's just for me to be sure you're interested in sublimation. That's why you're here. Someone said the volume is low. Can you hear me? Please let me know. Can you hear me? I'm screaming. Yes, the details will be posted on the group. The account number is right here. For those of you that are willing to make your payment right now to secure your spot, if you want to secure your spot and pay 350 instead of the 450, then secure your spot now. Okay? All right, you can hear me. So the account number is here. You can pay your full payment now, 350 instead of 450, or you can pay 50,000 naira to secure your spot so that you get to pay the balance before the class starts. So what I'm thinking in my head, even though the class is supposed to start mid-September, we can make the class start end of October so that you have enough time to, gather your resources. I know you just paid school fees, you just maybe paid bills. We can make it a 1 month gap for you to be able to raise your balance to pay. If one is hopeful of outright payments, but doesn't have 50K right now, that's also fine. If you make your outright payment in the next 48 hours, you can secure your spot. If you pay after, you have to pay the 450. So I don't know if you understand. The 350 is because you are in this webinar right now. That's why you have that discount, because you are right here in this webinar right now. So I hope that the tech team have dropped this on the platform for those of you interested in taking the class. If anyone is making payments while we're here, you can let me know. Okay, I will call out your name to know that you're doing that. All right, so please, I would want to play. Yes, so like I said, secure your spot. Here is the deal. Reserve your spot today with just 50,000 naira. Pay your balance before the full launch. You get the cost plus bonuses at only 350,000 naira. All right, so like I said, if you don't take the action within the next 48 hours, the price jumps to, my team even said 500. Biko, it's 450. Let me give them 450. I guess I'm the one that made a mistake. It's 500, but yes, 450 because you're in this class. By the next webinar we are having, it's going to be 500. So the first webinar we are having, you're actually even having the best price. Even if you are doing the outright payments after, you're paying 450 instead of the 500. So make sure you do not miss out on this. I hope I can pay the amount I have now and pay the balance later, but it's more than 50K. Yes, absolutely. Once you make that deposit now, you have secured your spot and you get to pay your balance before, or at least a day before the class goes live. So that I always recommend that, do it on time so that you can get your link, you can be onboarded to the class as early as possible. I'll also be playing a video to show you the kind of things you will need to buy. There are people around you, like printers that sell materials. We also sell like sublimation t-shirts, sublimation mugs, sublimation bottle, couple of items. We also have other things coming in as well, based on, we want to see what students will be asking for before I go and importing a lot of things. So a lot of you, if you are not asking for picture frame, I don't want to go and import so many picture frames. So we want to know what students are going to be needing before we start importing a lot, but we have a couple of things. Now, it's up to you right now. Like I said, you have two options. Ignore everything I'm sharing with you right now. Keep doing what you're doing that gives you no results or the results you have. We want extra stream of income. We want to make 5 million, 10 million, 2 million, 500. And it is important for us to invest in ourselves. So the other option is for you to take action, get everything in the Sublimation Mastery course, and change your story in the long run. Picture yourself 6 months from now, still struggling, still stuck in inflation trap, or are still waiting for clients, or others who joined today are already cashing out. Which one would it be? You want to join those that are already cashing out, doing corporate orders, covering rent, consistent cash flow from sublimation, a 7-figure stream built from laptop and EatPress alone. So before I do everything you are going to be getting, right, let us play the video real quick for me to show you the materials you'll be needing. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to get everything at once, but just to show you what and what you would be needing. All right, so tech team, are you ready to play the video for us, please? Video for us, please. We can't hear the audio.
For this sublimation class. Yes, so
we'll start all over.
Hi, students. Yes, I want to show you some of the equipment that you'll be using for this sublimation class. Yes, so sublimation class is not a child's play. Yes, so this is A4 printer, A4 sublimation printer. So you can use it to design your mug, you can use it to design your bottle, you can even use it to design t-shirts. Everything is in the class. And for those of you that want to take the business to the next level, you want to do it on a big scale, this is A1 sublimation printer, and it can print A2, it can print A1, it can do any size of your choice, and you'll be needing a desktop because you need to communicate from your desktop to the printer before it can actually print out. So whatever you want to sublimate on your t-shirt, bottle, mug, anything at all that is sublimatable, you need all this printer for it. You need this printer. If you want to start small, you need your A4 printer. If you want to increase it, there's another one. I think there's A2 printer as well before this one. So it depends on your budget and how you want to take the business. So let me show you other items for mug, sublimation mug, oven, and every other. Follow me. These are some of the equipment as well for sublimation. The one I showed you earlier is for printing. So this one is for sublimation. This is what we call mug press. This is 2-in-1 mug press. We have the single mug press. It depends on your choice. And this is what we call bottle press. This bottle press comes in sizes. This one is from 10 OZ. You cannot press, you cannot sublimate 15 OZ inside this one. But if it's for 15 OZ, you can sublimate 10 OZ inside. And this is gigantic, the whole of all in one. This is sublimation oven. It's not oven for food though. This is.
Okay, guys, so I don't know if you can hear, or is it breaking at your own end as well? Because it seems to be breaking at my end. Is it breaking at your end? But can you still hear and see the things she's showing? Please let me know. It's breaking. Dr. Falashade says yes, it's breaking. Rosemary, that's probably your network, please. Okay, Naomi says very clear. Some said it's breaking, but can still hear. And can you see the equipment we're showing you? All right, so Rosemary, go ahead, please. It's breaking, but you can understand. Okay. Go ahead, Rosemary. Please play the audio. Rosemary, you can play it, please.
Sublimation oven, because some of you will say, at least I have oven, I can use it. No, sublimation oven is different from your oven at home. So this is sublimation oven. It can do anything. It can do mug, it can do bottle, anything at all. Look at this. When you add this, you're good to go. But the only disadvantage of this one is that when your bottle has plastic like this, it will melt it. So you can't sublimate this inside this oven. But any other one, mug, bottle like this that does not have any plastic, you're good to go with sublimation oven. And if you don't want to start with sublimation oven, you can as well get this one. And we have what we call 11-in-1. 11-in-1 have different shapes, different size of bottle press, mug press in it, and is all available at Beans and Blanks Academy. So go and think about it. If you're ready, jump on it now and pay for the class and start cashing out. Bye.
All right. Okay. So did you all understand what she has said? Did you understand what she has said? Because I don't know, it was really breaking here, although I heard, and I know it. Okay, yes. So you understand everything she said. What she showed us is number one, the sublimation printer, which you can use you can buy an A4 printer. We also showed you the big one that we also have in the factory. She then showed you the mug press and the bottle press. She also showed you the sublimation oven. The sublimation oven is Rosemary. Okay, you can leave it. You can make me the host again, please, so that I can see myself. So you then all right. So you can make it you can have sublimation oven, you can have the heat press. All right. So how many of you know what a heat press is? Because that's one thing I think we didn't show you. How many of you know what heat press is? Let me know in the comment section, please. I do. How many of you? Let me know. All right, I do. Awesome. So you then use your heat press too. So you need your heat press. Yes, you will get the breakdown of materials you need. But let me just mention it real quick. Your small sublimation printer, right? Your small sublimation printer, your heat press. If heat press, so let me break it down. Heat press are for items that can go under the heat press. For example, t-shirts, tote bags, anything that when you press like this will not damage. So clothing, anything made with clothing is what you can use your heat press for. You can also use your heat press for, like maybe the wall clock that can go under the heat. Anything that when you press like this will not break or will not burn. Those are the kind of things you can use heat press for. But when it comes to mug and bottle, you need a mug press. There are also some mug press that are 11 in 1. In that 11 in 1, you are able to do different types of mug, different types of bottle. So when you buy that 11 in 1, you are able to do different things. You can also use your heat press for phone cases. You can use your heat press. So if you have your printer, your heat press, and your mug press, you are good to go. So somebody says like let me see, let me read your chat. Like the t-shirt you're wearing now is sublimation and stone. Does it hold stone? Obviously now, that's why the stones are on it. It can hold stone. Sublimation is a process that can hold stone. DTF is a process that cannot hold stone on the surface. But sublimation can hold stone. I've had this t-shirt now, maybe 3 years. And you can see how the stones are. So once you learn this, you can just pick up that course of how to do stone. the class. It's not a kind of class. It's not a kind of class that you actually force on someone, because it's a course that you need to have your material. So this was where I was when it went off. Sublimation mastery course, how you can do everything with sublimation, blog post on scaling, end-to-end tutorial, exclusive private support group, professional certificate to prove your worth in the market. We're going to have a Telegram support channel where you get direct access to me and my team. You're able to ask questions, get instant answers, and you never feel alone. Of course, peer mastermind access, connect with serious, like-minded people building their sublimation business as well. Certificate of completion, a professional certificate to boost your credibility and attract more clients, right? Your total word value, I mean, you'll be able to cash out on a monthly basis. Your investment, if you join as of today, will be $350. Like we said, even if you make a deposit. So you have 48 hours. What we would then do is try to make sure that you have that list before 48 hours, so that if you are interested, you can still benefit from the discount that you get. All right. Remember, this offer is for 48 hours. Do you have any other question for me? Let me know if you have any other question for me. Any other question for me? Any other question for me? Let me see. When will the stone training commence? You have to ask if you're on that group. I don't want to talk about stone here, please. Let's channel each energy to their pages, because then we confuse people that are here, that are not here for stone training. All right. So you can always send a message after. Out time, what's the duration of payment, as you said? I don't understand this question. But like I said, the class will be starting in 1 month. It's supposed to start mid of October, but I'm trying to see if it's something that maybe will start 20th of September. So you have at least a 1 month to share the details, bank details again. It's right here on the screen. So if the duration of the course, you have 1 year for the course, but I can assure you that you will not even go back to the course once you understand it. Our classes are so easy for you to understand, but we give you a 1 year access just in case you want to go back, you want to rewatch, you want to do this. However, it is nothing you really need to do. Once you understand the process and how to do it, it is very, very, very easy. Once you make your payment now, because I'm trying to understand this question, share the payment details again. Okay, that's done. Duration of the training. You don't have a duration. You go at your own speed. You go at your own speed. There's not something that you have to finish in 1 week. You go at your own speed. Especially, the reason we did it like this is especially some people are very slow in designing. So you take your time to understand, because designing is a big part of sublimation. If somebody says, design me, oh, it's my daughter's birthday, I'm going to give you their picture, design something for me, you need to know how to design. That's why we're not just teaching you how to print and sublimate it. No, we're teaching you the designing as well, which is a very big deal. It is a very, very big deal. We're also teaching you the business side of it. So after knowing all of this, how then do you understand how to market, how to get your social media, how to get customers, how to leverage on activities. We mentioned earlier, birthdays, events. We teach you all of that. It's very, very important. Each machine is how much, and the printers. So I will drop all of this price. Remember, the oven is not something you need to start with, because oven is not cheap. So you don't need to start with oven. You can, once you have your heat press and your bottle press, you can use it for mug. You can use it. It is when you start. But I will drop the price of everything. But you don't have to start with everything. We'll drop it on the group before the end of today. Okay, so that you can have a fair idea of everything that you need. All right. So you've asked me questions. Any other questions so we can round up? We've been here for almost 2 hours. Any other question? Any other question for us? Now, for those of you ready to continue this journey, let me know. How many of you are ready to start this journey? How many of you are ready to start this journey? How many of you are ready? Eze says, I'm ready. I really cannot wait to see you in class. Honestly, I can't wait to see you. For those of you, once you make your deposit, you will be moved to the group that we're creating for sublimation students, okay? Training is online, like we have said. The training is online. It's a school portal. We already have our school portal. If you have taken our online Blink class, then you understand how the process works. It's a school portal. Once you register, they create your login details for you. It's like you are doing a university online school. That's what we do. We make this process very seamless. So once you log into your portal, you are able to watch it. Once you finish watching one video, it lets you know completed. You can move to the next video, but you cannot move to the next video if you have not finished one. You cannot move to the next level if you have not finished one, because some of you will want to do wuru wuru. You will not even watch the beginning. You want to jump to the end. Can one join both this and Blink class? Of course, you know, like I said, even the Blink class is an online class. The Blink class drops every Monday, unlike this one that you take your time. So the Blink class drops every Monday, but you also have, so you have 1 year access for both. You take your time in watching, in doing your practical. It's very, very important. Ma'am, can we use the eat-rest machine to do sublimation on phone case? You can. You can. Because the way phone cases come is you are able to remove that back. That's why you cannot use anyhow phone case. So it's phone case meant. Remember at the beginning, I told you that it is phone case meant for the item that you are going to be able to use. It is the phone case meant for the item that you are going to be able to use. You will not be able to use. I want to try and let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. Please, for Blink class, please, I don't want to talk about Blink class here because I don't want to confuse here. The Blink class, if you are already in the WhatsApp group, then you will know. If not, send a message when you're done to the tech team here and they will give you all the details for the rhinestone. So sublimation, quoted. I just want to show you something real quick. Quoted blanks. I'll share my screen now so that you can see all the different blanks that you can use. All right, so let me share my screen so that you can see it. All right, let me know. Can you see my screen? I just want to show you all the, so I put this sublimation coated blanks just for you to see what it looks like before you do it. I'm ready, but how do I start without having any machine on ground like sublimation printer? So like I said, if you are not, they share the cost of training. So what's cost of training, please? So like I said, you can either buy the printer or work with printers in your area if that's what you want to do. But having a printer is very, very important. Can you see the screen, please? I want you to see the different substrates that you can use. You can see all the sublimation things. So look at picture, look at mugs. It is the reason I'm showing you this is for you to understand that you cannot just go and buy any item. It needs to be items that were created for sublimation. It needs to be items that were created for sublimation. You can see t-shirts, purse, throw pillow, mugs, bottles, face cap, phone. You can see the phone case as well. Can you see them? Can you see my screen, please? Can anyone see my screen? Okay, so you can see my screen. So you can see throw pillow, you can be all over, it can be just in the middle, you can see slippers. All of this blank thing, you can always order on Amazon as well, depending on what you want to do. You can order on Alibaba for your plain materials. As long as they are poly-coated, you put sublimation blanks. That's what you put, sublimation blanks. So you can see how it is printed out here. You can see how it is printed out. That's not sublimation, sorry. So you can see the printer. This is how it is printed out. I'm just showing you. And the best one is really Epson or Canon. Epson or Canon. When you are buying this small printer, Epson is good. You can buy the Epson ET2720. There are a couple of them that you can actually buy. So you can see them. There's also the HP as well. Can we find them in our local markets? What's your definition of local markets? What's your location? Are you in Nigeria? So it's not that some people sell these things, but you have to be buying from people who understand what sublimation is. You have to be buying from people who understand, because if you just go to the market and you see a white thing, and you now think because it's white, you go and buy it, it doesn't mean it will work. Oh. So in Lagos market, there are people that sell sublimation items. You just have to make sure that it is sublimation item they are selling. It is very, very important. Because if you just go and buy white, it will not work. Because it's white does not mean it has sublimate, it is sublimatable. Okay? So it is very important you understand that. That's why I always recommend buy from people who understand what sublimation is. It is very, very important. All right, noted. I think I've showed enough. I don't want us to eat this 2-hour mark. So on the group, the details of materials you have to buy and the cost of the course will be shared with you. If you are interested, you can then take the next step. You know, like I mentioned, this course is not for everybody. It's for those that are willing, you know, to really go full into this. And before the end of the year, you would have made the money you even used to buy. I think it's better. Someone said, I think it's better you buy from people selling printing machine and accessories. Exactly. That's my recommendation as well. All right. So if you join the class, I can assure you before January, you would have made your money. The money you used to buy even your printer, your heat press and everything, as long as you let the world know what you can do and you put in the work. Sublimation is one thing that brings in daily money. People want to do their face, they want to do family. There's a lot that you can do, trust me. Mug, bottles, I don't want to go into that. I know we have covered that enough. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. Did you enjoy this class? Did you get clarity for everything you need? Was this class whatever you want for you to understand everything about sublimation? Please let me know in the comment section, because I always want to be sure that people get value when they come to me. So have you gotten value? You see, like I'm not like other coaches that now say, oh yeah, pay the money. After you pay the money, you now realize, I can't buy all the material. Then you would have entered one chance. No, I don't want you to enter one chance. I want you to know exactly what you're going into. Let me go back so you can see my t-shirt. I want you to understand exactly what you're going into and go into it with your full chest. Go into it with your full chest, right? So that's about it. Thank you so much. Very interesting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. The details will be dropped on the group. Thank you. Thank you. Time well spent. Highly explanatory. Thank you very much. I can assure you the class will even be more explanatory. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Dr. Falashade, for the love emoji. Bye, everyone. My husband is clapping in the room. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Oh my God.
Please, I'm sorry for bumping in. I'm sorry, maybe along the line I missed the payment details. And then what we are paying for. Or can we take the conversation on the WhatsApp group?
On the WhatsApp group,
Thank you.
the WhatsApp
Okay.
group, the account number will be dropped, the amount will be dropped. Also, the list of materials you need to get and the price will be in front of it so that you have an holistic view of if I'm starting this project with the money for the course and the materials I'm buying to start, this is how much I need to start before you go ahead and pay for the class. So it's not like we draw you in and you are now like, oh, I can't buy the materials. You understand? I also drop the amount. If you are buying mug, if you are buying bottle, if you are buying t-shirt, if you are buying hoodie, we'll drop the price so that you have an idea. Rosemary, please work with Rachel immediately. Share it with me so that I can approve it and you can share it in the group before the end of the day. Very, very important. So that everybody that wants to
I
take
noticed
the
some people
class,
are already paying for something. What are they paying for?
they are paying to secure their spots because what we have said is the class is actually $450. For those that are able to secure their spots, they will pay $350. Now, if you want to secure your spot, you have 48 hours to pay even a minimum of 50,000 just to secure your spot. You can then pay the balance before the class starts.
Okay, thank you.
But after 48 hours, the money goes back to 450. So some people are making the deposit to secure the 350 to save themselves 100K discounts. So if we all understand this now, let's go work on that price list so that you can have a holistic view of what you are doing before you come in. Because for me, I don't just want to collect money. I want to make sure you get value. And when you take the class, you're able to practicalize. So if you're able to, what we now do is between now and the 1 month, you're able to quickly, okay, let me get this material, let me get this material. So as you're watching your class, you're practicalizing. So how many of you here have your laptop or your iPad or something that you can use to create? Because when you design on your laptop or your iPad, you have to then send it to the printer. That's why it's very important. It's not that you cannot design on phone. On Canva, you can design on phone. You can also buy a system that is Wi-Fi, but let me tell you the truth. The small system I have is Wi-Fi, but I find it difficult sometimes to even send it. That's why I always recommend have a laptop that you can put a cord and cord it into your printer so that you don't go and buy. So make sure the printer you are buying uses wireless, please. Yes, you have your laptop, awesome. So that when you buy the printer, it comes with a cord. You connect it and you are able to, if your Wi-Fi is not working, you are able to use the cord to send it to the printer to print it out. I can assure you the first one you print out, you'll be so in love. You'll be so happy. And I will be happy as well. I can't wait to see your work, honestly. I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right, so you all have a laptop. I admit most people have a laptop here. So that is interesting. So we will add laptop or desktop, but we're not going to put a figure because it depends on what you want to buy if you don't have. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care of yourself and see you in class.
Thank you, Coach Kiki. It's nice
Thank
seeing
you,
you again.
Dr. Falashade.
I love your low cut. You are coming to my group.
Yes, so I've joined your group.
Thank you so much. You are a darling.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.